Hey, what's up, guys? It's All Soccer Alex, and today we have a special episode of ZBN. Not only are we joined by the typical cast, we have a special guest, GregFPS, along with JSkrine. I hope you
Hey,
guys.
sorry I'm late. I totally slept through my alarm and just woke up, so
Oh, I do
No
that all
worries,
the
you're all
time.
good.
You
I do
I
like
that
five
know how
minutes
that
after our
feels.
last guest. So.
Actually did the same exact thing, so no worries.
Yeah, I had to drive home from Chicago, and my Google Maps was like, "Oh, you get home at like 1:45," and I was like, "All right, bet." And then up like halfway home, it updated. It's like you're gonna get home at 2:15. I was like, "All right, well, it looks like we're speeding today." Oh man. So
Yeah, you made it. That's all that matters.
yeah, we're all here now. It
Yeah,
worked.
How's your day
all
been?
here, no biggie.
All right, so you ready to, Greg? So I mean, yeah, this is basically just gonna be like, I'm just gonna do a quick interview. No, I'm not gonna like get too much into it because I know you did a Q&A video like what a week ago, something like that, and you answered a lot of questions that routine, with stuff would answer.
yeah.
So I think I already know this answer, but I kind of don't. Greg FPS, the name, where did it come from?
Um, I was just looking to get like a new name because I had an old channel and the name was terrible, and I'm not gonna say what it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, basically, like I just wanted something that like had my name in it, but also like could, I guess, say what I do. So FPS is first person shooter. It kind of just made sense. Uh, it's a simple name, I think, and like I could get all the branding for it, which is important on like Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. So I figured I might as well just go with that because it was simple, easy to remember. At the time, no one else had FPS in their name. Um, like there's some like Twitch streamers now that have it in their name and they're way bigger than me, but at the time, like no one else was really doing it. I guess there was FPS Russia, which was like the only person I think that had it, and I
Yeah.
kind of got it from that as well. But I added it at the end instead because it had, I don't know, it rolled off the tongue, has a
Short and
pretty
snappy,
easy
yeah.
name and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I was talking the questions, like I was talking about the questions, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just his name and first person shooter. That's what he. I'm pretty sure it's as simple as that. I was like,
Yeah, honestly,
I'm
yeah.
like, I'm
Mhm.
I
pretty certain.
respect it.
Nice
Um,
and simple, yeah.
I remember you said this. I don't know how many streams ago. I remember you said. I don't know. It might have been in a Q&A, but you have a degree in like editing, like film editing or something along those lines.
yeah. So I went to film school and had a minor in audio production and stuff.
Hmm. So what got you like? What like got you into content creating? Like specifically like on like maybe on games or maybe for other people making videos and such. Like what really got you into that?
Well, I had a group of friends that went to my church actually when I was like 12, and we made like funny skits and stuff. And obviously to us they were funny, but to no one else they were funny. That's usually how it goes, right? You make like
Yeah.
Yes,
videos with
yes.
your friends, and so that was like the first time like I started doing it, and I was always like editing usually the videos. And I was using like Windows Movie Maker, dude. It was like terrible.
Yeah.
We're
And
talking way back in the day.
I remember.
way back in the day,
Way
Yeah.
like
back.
this is like 15 years ago.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? So I was
Yeah.
doing that, and then um I went to, like, before I went to film school, I went to like a Christian college to be like a youth pastor first. So that summer, like after that year, I was planning on going back, but I didn't. And they do like these events where you basically work at like a conference and you can earn money towards your tuition for the next year. So I was doing that, and then they announced Black Ops 2.
That
So
changed the world.
that's when
Yeah.
I like created a brand new channel, which is my old channel, and I made a video like kind of breaking down like the reveal and like what was going to be in the game and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that
I
kind
remember.
of like started it, and then I was like, you know what, I don't think I want to be a youth pastor
Yeah.
anymore. It was kind of just one of those things like it, it wasn't really for me, I guess. And
Mhm.
I ended up not going to the school, and I went to film school like literally the next semester after that. So it was kind of I guess it was just one of those things. I just wasn't into it as much as I thought I'd be. But like the film stuff was fun. I just hate using like the programs that the schools use.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like
you school
Avid, and
programs
it's
suck.
like, yeah, I'm not trying to like edit like Hollywood movies here. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It was bad, but I ended up getting through it, and I kind of just stuck with YouTube. And then it got to the point where I wasn't growing the way I wanted to be, because like when I started YouTube, like I think everyone's dream pretty much is like, I want to make this my job, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you
Most
know,
people kind of think that.
and that's kind of like the mindset that is, some people say is bad, and some people say like, you're, I don't know, like you want to do it, but it's hard, it's not easy.
Mhm.
and and like I had the mindset from the get-go that like this is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna be successful, and which is a really positive mindset to have.
Yeah, of
But at the
course.
same time, it's really really hard to stick with it.
Yeah.
And I kind of just kept going, and restarted my channel, um made the name, and been pretty much making videos ever since. So
Yeah.
I kind of just stuck with it.
So
Yeah, I respect that.
had you already been heavy into zombies before the release of Black Ops 2, or was Black Ops 2 like you really got into it right there?
Well, I started my new channel in 2014, so it was like the year after Black Ops 2.
All right.
I was over. But yeah, Mob of the Dead. It's my favorite map, and it was literally the map that like got me more into zombies, and ever since then I've been like watering at the mouth over it pretty much.
Yeah.
'Cause from his streams, I know it's not transit that got him into zombies.
No, dude, like I remember playing Black Ops. Like I used to play Kino and like Call of the Dead a lot and stuff, like way back in the day, with friends. But I never really got like super into it until Mob of the Dead came out. And like when
Yeah.
I flew the plane the first time, man, it was like, holy crap!
Yeah,
This
there's
is
a lot of
Yeah.
just jaw-dropping stuff in that map. It's a great map. I think it's talked about a lot, and it kind of drives me crazy because I like every map. Honestly, I can find good things about every single map, but Mob is amazing.
Yeah,
It's
of
as
course.
simple as that.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So like, what would you have done if you didn't do like what you do now? Like if you like I know you said you were probably gonna be a youth pastor, but like let's say like if you didn't go into making your own videos or your own channel, would you have thought of editing, like being an editor for like other streamers or stuff like that?
I don't really know, to be honest. Like I feel like in a, like possibly, but at the same time, like I feel like if I was working in like a film studio or something, or holding a lav mic or something like that, like I probably wouldn't be online very much, so I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have met a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what made so I know and you used to play like I know you posted videos on like Far Cry, Titanfall. Like I think you have some Battlefield videos, and I know you used to do all the old skits or whatever. But like what made like when you started like like making videos, what made you start saying like what made you go like, all right, zombies is what I'm gonna do, like like essentially full time for all my videos.
Well, I still never have like specifically said I'm only gonna stick to
Yeah.
zombies, but like
Hmm.
I I feel like there's so much untapped potential there.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
That is so
like
true.
there there's a lot of people that say zombies is dead and that there's no content, but like look at me, man.
Yeah.
Like I've
Yeah.
been posting a zombie video basic, or not every day, but like
Yeah. Every
recently I
other day,
started every day.
something
And
like that.
I was doing that the whole time without fail. And like yes, some of them are repetitive. Like there's so many top tens that I've made like 3 years ago that I'm remaking because there's new stuff to add. But at the same time, like it there's always so much you can do.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
challenges are really fun. You can always go back to old maps, which I've been doing, and that makes it really enjoyable for me personally. Like I never really get sick of Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2. And I think that helps a lot. But more recently, like I've been getting sick of Black Ops 4, to be honest. Like I just can't
I know.
find enjoyment playing it anymore. Like speed runs are fun because it's like a switch up, but
Yeah.
other than that, man, like I cannot stand the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I played it so much. It's just like if I if I could do an Easter egg and something glitches out one more time, I'm gonna go insane, man.
Oh
I
no.
can't take it anymore. I can't even play Voyage. Like like the
Join the
Voyage,
club,
I
yeah.
can't even do it anymore. I can't even look at it.
Could never play Voyage.
I find on
Oh,
Voyage
yeah.
half the time I'm kind of running across like from one end of the ship from the poop deck all the way to the spawn just because I just forgot like one part or one symbol around the map and it drives me crazy sometimes.
Hmm. But so what? I know you started on YouTube and you started growing there, and I think what was it like 9, 10 months ago? You came over to Twitch as well.
Well, it was the beginning of 2019 in January that I like really started on Twitch, but uh, I used to stream there like 4 years ago, or like
Really?
3 years ago,
Okay.
and I had like 3,000 followers, I think, when I restarted in January last year. But there was like, it was always one of those things where I wasn't consistent enough because I wanted to stream every day, but I also wanted to make sure my videos were good and like good quality and everything. And I feel like like it was one of those things last year where I was like, okay, I don't have a video today, so I should stream. And then it would get to the time where I want to stream, and then I'm like, well, I could spend more time on my next video. And it was like off and on, like I wasn't super consistent. I was focusing more on one than the other, and it just wasn't like, I don't know, it didn't work for me. And like my schedule was just all out of whack. Like I was waking up at like 3:30 every day, and
Man.
Ooh.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 So it was just really bad. So this year, like I really started, actually focusing on streaming, more, and I think it's been paying off. Like I've grown a
Oh
lot,
yeah.
which is
Hmm.
great, and I kind of transitioned my content into basically stuff I can do on my stream. So
Mhm.
it's not so much film high or stream highlights because you have a lot of that, but they're not that entertaining. I find it's more so like interesting challenges and stuff like that I can do on stream, but also make into like entertaining videos.
Like all your
And
pack a punch
yeah,
challenges on every
there's
map.
a lot of stuff that I feel like can be made into videos, and I could record that stuff offline, but I might as well
Hmm.
stream it if I can, because
Yeah.
people want to
Yeah.
watch either way.
Yeah,
So
exactly. It's still zombies content, so people will watch it for sure.
yeah.
What would
I
you
don't
say
know
you
people
enjoy
that hang
more,
out too.
streaming or making videos?
Ooh. I mean, it's pretty much 50-50. But at the same time, like it can kind of switch to um like if I've been working on a video for a long time and I'm like really proud of the finished product, like I might say video editing is better. But it kind of changes like every day, honestly. Like, you have a good stream, man, streaming is amazing. And
Mhm.
then, it's I like both of them. Uh, but I would say YouTube takes a lot more work.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, making videos is a lot more difficult than
Oh.
streaming. Like you can stream for like 8 hours at a time, but it's still just simply playing a game. When it comes to editing, like it's a lot more work. And I'm not good at editing, so that's why I stream mostly. But making videos is a lot more difficult. I will always say that.
Yeah, I mean,
Streaming, like when you have like 10 people in your chat and they're just going crazy, it's like the most fun thing in the world, and you obviously have a lot more, but and then when you have like nobody in the chat's just dead, it's like this sucks.
Not for me personally. As long as I have like one person talking in chat,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
happy. Like
happy.
I'm chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, Greg. I don't know how you do it because like you have a bunch of people in chat. And like I know, I'll get carried away. Like if we're doing Easter eggs or like if we're just playing around, I'll get carried away and I'll forget chat for a solid 5 minutes. And like on your channel, that's like 1,000 chats that just went through. And
Yeah.
I can't imagine missing. I feel like I know you have so many people talking, and usually just us talking to each other. But I just can't imagine like how much chat you gotta read.
yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. I have like I have 4 monitors on my
Yeah.
setup, so I have my chat on the middle one. Um, so and my screen is literally right above it, so I can
Mhm.
like glance down and
Okay.
read it pretty well usually. And sometimes, like if I'm doing a challenge or something like that, I'll just pause the game if I'm playing solo. That helps
Mhm.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know you're dishing out content left and right. The top 10 videos, the quizzes you're doing, all the pack punch challenges, and you just did the Q&A. What do you like? I wasn't gonna. So like, when you're making content, what comes to your mind? Like, what gives you an idea that you're like, all right, this is something that would be like worth watching? Like, like what is like, how do you determine if something's worth making? Like, what's good and what's bad?
I don't know, dude. Honestly, like I have no videos planned right now at all for like
Mm,
this entire week, but somehow by Sunday you'll see I have uploaded every day. And
yeah.
that's
Is it
usually that's how it goes, but like I come up with ideas usually or at least try to during at some point. Like um I don't know, like last week by like Thursday I knew that I was going to be like I had all the ideas up until today.
Okay.
So it kind of just comes in waves, I guess. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people comment ideas, and sometimes they're like really boring stuff, and sometimes they're like, that might be something I can make a video on. But it's really hard to be honest to like think of consistent stuff
Mm,
that's interesting. Um, and like the guy I do the quiz with has been on vacation for like 3 weeks, so I don't know when he's coming back.
yeah.
So I don't know when the next quiz is gonna be like. Uh,
Those quizzes are
kind
insane.
Yeah.
kind
Oh,
of
I,
hard.
I see the questions and I'm just like, man, I think I could do this. And then I hear like 3 questions. I'm like, man, I've already failed this. Like,
I can get about 50% usually, but
not.
that's it.
I was on Pizza's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He just posted it today.
Okay.
Literally, he made sure to make them all difficult. Like it was such BS, dude.
I saw the one
Like,
he did with Tim Hansen, and they were like, "Are you
Yeah,
yeah,
kidding
they
me?"
were all
the
softball
$1 million question
questions.
was what perk was introduced on Die Rise. It's like,
Yeah,
dude,
they were all
come
softball
on.
When he was
questions.
struggling on who the butcher was, I was like, "You have got to be kidding me."
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
usually how it goes, man. But like, I got like date questions as like the third question. It's like, come on.
Oh God.
dang.
Actually, yeah, no, I saw yours, and it was like literally every single question was just numbers, and I'm like, I can't even remember what all these dates are, much less what they involve. Like, I have no idea what's happening here.
Yeah, I had no idea either.
Yeah. I know the questions on your quizzes. Like, I still remember the blue max ammo. I'm like, I've never in my life have heard, and I've played so much zombies. A blue max ammo.
Revelations.
Yeah, never heard of it. I
Blue
know on.
max ammo.
I've seen it
Yeah,
I
once.
had no
That's
idea.
it.
like never heard of it. There's another
There's so many like
yeah. I mean, you have
BS questions.
yeah.
Like he just Lucario just plays such like zombies in such a weird way, where like he finds like anything that's like weird in the game and then asks questions about it.
yeah, I remember there was one. It was like, yeah, is it possible for the box to move on the first hit? And I'm sitting there like, no, no way it is.
No,
It's
I'm
like,
sure it
no,
is.
it's possible. I was like, wow,
It.
that honestly surprises me.
It's really unlucky.
Wow.
I've
Hmm.
never done
Imagine
it.
walking up to the box for the first time, getting the teddy bear.
I'd just end the game honestly.
First time you ever played zombies, it's like, well, this box doesn't do anything.
It's like,
What is this thing? It's useless.
Yeah, I don't. There's questions in there that I mean, there's some like easier ones, but they're like, and then you like ask one that's like, all right, here's like a question, and like you or whoever you're. I know you usually have a special guest. Like I know you had Glitching Queen on for one of them, and she doesn't do collabs with like anyone, and you got her, and she was like, damn, these are some tough questions. Like even she's a
Oh, I remember
big
that
Blood of the
one.
Dead player, and the question was, what is the minimum amount of shield blast? Even she was like, well, she was close. It was 27, something like that. And I think she got like 24, somewhere around there. And like,
Yeah.
or the hands that reach out, you can shoot them for 10 points. And the question was, if you have a double points, do you get 20?
20. Oh my God, I remember that.
I was like, what? I'm like, I would never even think of that.
I didn't even.
I've never even shot.
It
I've
was
never
no,
even shot
right?
the hands. It's
The answer was
insane.
no, right? Or...
I think
No, yeah.
yeah, I think you still only get 10.
Yeah.
Well, I found out the other day. I was playing World at War. I found out this week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, that if you get two double points, they stack, so you get quadruple points. I never knew that.
Yeah, I found
It's a
that out
lot.
like a week ago too.
Wow.
It's something you just rarely ever see happen. Like the odds of getting back-to-back drops, let alone both being double points, and let alone even if you notice like they're stacking, like it's just something you would never see, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pop a power vacuum, all right, guys.
Yeah, because you have those in World at War.
Yeah.
So, all right, Greg, how do you feel about the zombies like community right now? Like where it's at with what games we have and what people are doing. Like, how do you feel about it?
Um, I think it's like coming back slowly. Um, it's I don't know. It's building up to whatever the next game's gonna be, I
Yeah.
think,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really know. Like it still feels like there's a lot of people that are still like away from the community in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, so it's kind of ramping up, and it's gonna be one of those things that it keeps ramping until the game releases, and if it's good, people will stay.
Yep.
If not, they'll leave.
Yeah, and I mean it's hard, especially right now, because Black Ops 4 was such a like it's one of those games that's like some people love, some hate, and it's
Yeah.
just hard to get along with. And I mean people try to like stay and like there's obvious debates like this is Black Ops 2 is the best zombies, Black Ops 3 whatever. But there I don't know like and then like a bunch of people like I wonder why the community isn't growing, and then proceed like to be like, oh, your favorite map's this? Well, you're wrong because that map's terrible. It's like, well,
Oh.
sorry.
The entire discussion of like what map's good, what map's bad, like yeah, we can have like a general idea, but honestly, it's a pure opinion based thing.
Yeah.
It just is. Like someone can like Transit more than Origins. Like it I would disagree completely, but it's their opinion. In the end, it's whatever they think.
Yeah, I'm a diehard Origins guy, and my friend, that's his most hated map, and it bothers me so much.
Yeah, that would piss me off too.
The thing that's like, if you like it or not, I feel like totally depends on how good you are at the map.
Mhm.
Yes.
That is so dependent.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I suck at
It's
Yeah.
like
Flag Dead.
I don't really
99%
like
of the
Verruct, but I'm not good at Verruct either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me with 5. Like exact same reason. I'm not good at it, so I'm not really a fan of it. But I love the characters in that map though. So I don't hate the map. I don't like it because I'm not good at it. So
Like Die Rise, never was a fan of it, never liked it. But like I understand it's like it can be a great map and be a lot of fun, but it's just like I never enjoyed it because it's like as I was like alright Die Rise, and it's like oh then you also got Mob of the Dead buried in Origins. It's like I out of like those options, I'm never gonna choose Die Rise.
I love Die Rise, but even then, I still wouldn't choose it over the rest of them in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
well, that's another thing that's like kept me going too. Is like I've been doing a lot of like every map challenges or whatever,
yeah.
where I go on like every map and do something. So I feel like that has definitely helped kind of make every map a little bit more enjoyable in a way, and also
Mhm.
like if I'm not having fun with a specific map, I only have to do one thing and then I'm on to the next one. So
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
it's not
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
bad.
Because when I played Black Ops 1, Call of the Dead, I was terrible. I mean, the amount of times I'd be like, oh, I'm doing great. Then I'd shoot, George, and then it just went downhill. I hated
Yeah.
it. Hated that map. But like now, I feel like if I went back to it, I'd be like, I know not to shoot George,
Yeah.
and I know like it just the map. I mean, I played tagged or totem now, so it's like I actually kind of know the map. So I feel like if you go back, it's like I don't hate the map. It's just I sucked. But now I like have some talent, so I feel like it won't be as bad as an experience.
I
And
definitely hated Call of the Dead back when I was like 10 years old playing it. I
Oh
was
my
like, this is
God.
too hard. But
Yeah.
now I love Call of the Dead. It's literally one of my favorite maps.
That was me with Shang. I
Yeah.
would say Shang's my favorite, but I hated Shang on launch. But I realized it's just because I sucked at it.
Yeah. Exactly. And the nostalgia effect when you go back to the old maps, it's so good.
And all right, so like the obvious question now, COD 2020, like what do you want to see in zombies? Like what do you if you were to make like if you got to pick and choose a COD 2020 zombies or whenever it comes out, like what would you want to see?
I want to start with the 1911 and have no other starting weapons.
Yes.
A buildable specialist instead of one that you start off with.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Jug back, but give us 5 perks,
Okay.
and we can get Jug. Because I don't want to go down on round 200 and have the same health I had on round 1.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know. There's a lot. It's like a good progression system.
Mhm.
That you can get good rewards for like completing an Easter egg instead of just like get rid of the Nebulian plasma thing. Just bring Gobblegums back. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100.
like there's literally everything in Black Ops 3, but I want it to be difficult, like
Yeah.
more difficult than Black Ops
Okay.
3. They had some good quality of life things in Black Ops 4, like reloading your ammo, having the mule kick icon like from IW, stuff
Mhm.
like that. But I like the IW like progression system
Oh,
in a way
absolutely.
where
Oh yeah.
not like leveling, but like when our map releases, there's like 12 like calling cards you can unlock, and then you get like a moving one that's really cool. Like do something like that.
Mhm.
I think that would add a lot. Just give us like a lot of stuff that's zombies
So
oriented.
so it can like
A
show
lot of
off if you
stuff
did
you can
something.
do, basically.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just felt like in Black Ops 3, like I would always run like I don't know, like the Shadows of Evil Easter egg calling
Yeah.
card or whatever, and like not a lot of people had it at the time, so it was like kind of cool to have that. And then I just feel like that kind of got lost with Black Ops 4. Like, why did they make all of the Dark Ops cards not moving? Like they are
Yeah. That was
No,
Yeah.
yeah, they're the ones that you unlock after unlocking like 10 or 12. Like they should be animated. They should look really nice.
Not
yeah,
only
They just
that,
weren't.
but
and
on the
they're
topic,
hard challenges too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Some are.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The
and not only,
mastery, the Dark Ops mastery is just. I think it's the stand trial calling card. So the stand trial Dark Op, which is complete 9 blood and voyage Easter egg, and the Dark Op mastery is that same calling card, but the little torches in it are moving. I'm like, you can even make a new calling card? Like, come on, man! You had all this time. I mean,
Everything
you
in
could
that game is
like
Yeah.
reused assets.
you had all
Yeah.
this time to lie to us about factions. You couldn't even make a good mastery card? Like, come on.
I think
I
something would
mean, we
be
gotta
really.
remember though with Black Ops 4 is they did like as far as I'm aware they lost funding when Blackout was announced. So
Yeah.
a lot of the funding went there. So Black Ops 4, especially zombies, kind of got
I
beat
got
up a little bit, but
I think.
still there could have been a lot.
They've
Like,
already
I love the
announced
game,
that
but there could have been a lot better things in it.
they've already announced that Warzone is going to be the battle royale.
Yeah.
Like it's going to keep updates and stuff. So that should be good news, hopefully, for zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I think would be something really cool would be by your name or your profile, you have a little icon that tells you what Easter eggs you've done.
like the symbols on the cards for the maps in BO3,
Yes.
like the little gate worms, yeah,
Like kind of like badges.
Yeah. Something like
badges, yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Like visible to everyone or what?
Yeah, visible to everybody. It'd be
Yeah.
cool.
I hope there's more of a super Easter egg in it as well, because I was really disappointed. Like having the RK5 was awesome, like in Black Ops 3, and then Infinite Warfare came out and gave us Metastopheles, all this crazy stuff for beating all the Easter eggs. Which, yeah, Director's Cut's broken, like it's ridiculously good for you, but it's you have to do so much work to get it, like, and you can just turn it on and off at will. Like it was a perfect super Easter egg, and I was disappointed because Black Ops 4 had basically nothing, honestly.
I don't. The thing about like Infinite Warfare, I just started playing it, and there's so much incentive to play. Like
Yeah.
there's so much I can do with it. Like there's so many things I need to unlock to rank up, to do this and that. Black Ops 4, it's just there's not even incentive to truly play. You don't even get a reward for beating for beating Easter eggs, for beating the gauntlets. You get a sticker, and it's like why would I put myself through all this work for a sticker that I'm not even gonna use? Like I don't know. But Black Ops 3 did good with the Super Easter egg. You got the calling card. You got a million XP, plus a 50,000 for
Oh, yeah.
doing the Revelations Easter egg. The
Mhm.
RK5. It had a lot of great things. I will say though, Black Ops 4 did have, in my opinion, had the best weapon camos. It has some insane weapon
Yeah,
camos.
it has some
Yeah.
nice
True.
weapon camo. But the problem with the weapons in BO4 is that, especially included with the box, is you have so many DLC weapons that if you're not spending tons and tons of money to roll the crates or whatever, like the non-duplicates or whatever, it takes forever to unlock all the DLC weapons, and you can't put camos on those guns, which are half the guns in the box.
Yeah, part of the problem with that is you're spinning the box for the Hellion almost every single map. Like the only map I don't run it is Blood of the Dead.
Blood, yeah.
Like that's it. So I'm spinning for it on 7 out of the 8 maps in the game, and I'm just getting like DLC weapon after DLC weapon, and it drives me. I get so angry on stream because of it, and I'm just like I just don't like the idea of just adding in a bunch of guns. Like I don't mind how Black Ops 3 did it, where they added in like the Marshals and Zetsubo. They had the Razorback and Zetsubo as well, the PPSH and Garad Krovi, like a gun in each of the maps. Like that's fine. Don't add in like 15 into all the maps. Like it wasn't a good idea, and it kind of ruined the box.
Yeah, I think three guns per map extra would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what made like when you play ZNS, you want to get the Marshals.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But like, they just having the same, DLC weapons over and over, and that's like, it has to have a higher drop rate because I feel like I always get them.
Yeah, I
It
have the
gets
same thing.
annoying.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I definitely in Black Ops 4 get more DLC weapons, and I just like I don't want this gun. Then I actually get guns like the Hellion Salvo.
Not only that,
Mhm.
most of the DLC weapons in BO4 aren't even good. Like the
Mm.
Echo Hawk is just, I heard it's amazing in multiplayer. I never played it, but it's so bad.
Yeah, the
It's like an
VMP.
unusable gun.
It's also just a
VMP
problem with
player.
BO4. Like the Hellion Salvo, I say it all the time, and I'm like I wish I was joking, but I'm not even kidding. Like it's the best wonder weapon of all time, maybe. The PhD slider, and like you're just hitting it for it on every map, so it's kind of that problem as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally
You're
kill
always going
everything in
for
the room,
one thing on
including-
every map.
Yeah, I can kill everything in a room, including heavy zombies and mini bosses with one shot.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
just insane to me.
Like I
it's-
find the
ridiculous.
most is like 3 shots on the Blight Father, and then or the giant. I forget what he's actually called, but he goes down like it's nothing. It's just like, oh well, now back to sitting in a corner with the Hellion.
I just don't understand why the Hellion's amazing, and there's nothing wrong with having like that one good gun, but like the Mog 12 used to be incredible. It used to be like one of the best guns upgraded, and they're like, oh well, it's super overpowered, so we're gonna nerf it, and they did.
Not
And
the
I mean,
Hellion.
it's all right now. It's not the greatest anymore. Not what it used to be, that's for sure. But it's like,
still effective.
how do you nerf the Mog, but because it's overpowered, but you don't see the Hellion and go, yeah, that's overpowered, like that? Because that thing, how do you, like that thing? I would choose a Hellion over like about any wonder weapon almost.
No, like when I did my Dead in the Night round 100 boss fight, I was purposely just not using the Hellion unless I had to. I just used the Annihilator just to change it up. Like I couldn't use it anymore. And I know Brendan, you said like you couldn't even watch it because it's just even not using the Hellion, like you couldn't even watch it because
Yeah, a lot of BO4 high rounds are really boring. BO4's high round game is just not. I mean, high round. It's kind of the nature of high rounds, but BO4 I find is just every map has a camping strat, and I can't stand camping. It's just me personally. I prefer to trade.
Stronghold, sit in the corner, aim at the ground, Hellion Salvo.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Every
they say
map.
they wanted to remove crutch perks. Good one.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you need it for high rounds. It's pretty much you need
It's a crutch.
stronghold, or if you need stronghold, or you need 16 hours. Pick one, basically.
Yeah.
And what's annoying is that they're like, oh, we got to get rid of the crutch perks like Jug, Speed, Double Tap, and then they're like, but also we're gonna integrate Jug, Speed, and Double Tap, so you kind of get them anyway. So it's like, why did you even get rid of them if you're essentially?
Also, they
Don't get me wrong, the speed
take
code we
away-
have in Black Ops 4 is not the one we used to have. Same with, and then like essentially spending 15,000 for double tap is kind of dumb considering it's not the old double tap. And Jug, I mean, I agree with you, Greg, how I shouldn't have the same health around 1 as 200. That just seems. It would make sense if the zombies got stronger. Like if instead of doing 50 damage, they start doing 75 and maybe doing 100 once you get up there. But there's not. Like it's just. And the fact that heavy zombies do the same damage as normal zombies doesn't make sense. And then you got
Another thing is the speed code that you get from buying the 4 perks.
It's not even noticeable.
In Black Ops 4, it's the same speed as normal speed in Black Ops 3.
Mhm.
Really?
So
Wow.
like Black Ops 3 is 50% faster than Black Ops 4 is when you have it.
Jeez.
couple things. First of all, I don't know why they just implemented that in the game, like stuff like the double tap where
Okay.
you get
Yeah.
your like
Another thing, like they had to tweet that out first of all because no one knew.
yeah, no one knew
Um,
it. That was my point. Like
but
no
the
one
thing is,
knew.
like, I went to Treyarch before the game came out, like a week before, and pretty much everyone was like, "This perk system is not good." Like we were all thinking that. We said it to like Blundell and Craig Houston and stuff, and like it was kind of one of like we were still, it was like the first time we played it, so it was hard to tell,
Yeah.
But he said like we told Jason, I think it was Noah, was like you should make a video coming from Treyarch explaining the new system, and then like I think Blundell just said that's your job, like,
What?
Wow.
and yeah, and it's like it's your game,
Yeah.
we're trying to post videos on it, and like we're kind of marketing the game for you, but
Yeah.
like we can only do so much.
Exactly.
You know
Which
what I
is the
mean?
other issue of Black Ops 4 right there is the marketing. Black Ops 4's marketing
Yeah,
was
terrible
It was
absolutely
marketing.
awful.
trash.
We're the worst thing
Dead of the
I've
Night
ever seen.
especially, you didn't. There was like nothing about the DLC.
There
Like it
was
just kind of
literally-
came
it was
out and
like
it was like, oh, here you go.
Which I
there
think
might have been
leads
something like one day before it dropped, maybe. I don't even know of anything that like helped market it at all.
Didn't they do that for Zet too? Didn't they do like no marketing for Zozabel?
It was like a week before.
Yeah.
but I think that leads right back into it where they're like where Jason said that's your job. I think he just expected that the community was going to advertise their game, but like you're not a game company. That's not your job. You do it for the passion of it.
Yeah.
That's just kind of
Yeah,
Free advertisement comes with
And
it.
it was so much easier in Black Ops 3 when they were releasing trailers like 2 weeks before the map dropped, and
Yeah,
like little
actually building
teasers
up
here and there.
Mm-hmm.
should.
And,
You
like,
can make so much stuff and content from a trailer 2 weeks before than one like 3 days before.
Yeah.
especially when they have like all the hidden things that Treyarch puts in like trailers. Like there's so much. I can watch like an old
Oh,
trailer and I
yeah.
can see like so much stuff. Like wow, this led into this led into this. Like especially when they do that, like just release like even like a 10-second teaser. That's enough for a solid amount of content out of it.
even like
Yeah.
the little tweets they do, they have like little codes in them or like little hidden things, or when people change their profile pictures on like Twitter or wherever, just to like stuff like that. Or I liked what they did. I mean, I did like what they did with, I think it was Alpha Omega. They sent like a bunch of creators like like the big loading screen,
Snippets.
but instead of like the whole thing, it was just like little sections.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
I
did that for
slept in that
Revelations
day,
too,
and
right?
people, I got woken up by tweets from people saying, "Wake up and show us your picture."
They did that for Rev, right?
Yeah, they did something like that
Yeah.
for Rev. Like a bunch of the YouTubers got like quotes from Dr. Monty, I believe it was.
Can't remember what it was.
I'm trying to remember. That was a while ago now.
Yeah. Jeez. To think like 3 years ago, 3, 4.
Or
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 still feels new. That's weird.
I know.
yeah, because it's amazing.
I feel old.
So, when I think of like what's coming up, like with the new zombies or like the new game in general, and like I think of like Black Ops 4, it's like I hope they like realize what they did with Black Ops 4 was just like not good, and they're like, all right, so we know not to do that. Let's do it how we used to, because what they used to do was phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
the marketing and everything they did with Black Ops 2, 3. Like they did a great job, and I mean, it kind of Black Ops 4 like started off like marketing wise well, and then it's almost like they like we're like, yeah, this whole game's a bust, so we're just gonna kind of give up. That's kind of the vibe I got, which I really didn't like, because I feel like Alpha's a great map, Ancient Evil's a great map, Tag is
Ancient Evil's
decent,
so good.
and it's like I feel like they gave up after Dead of the Night, or even before Dead of the Night. I'm like, yeah, you released a couple more maps that are like some of the best. Like those are excellent maps.
Yeah,
I
like
love
Ancient
that.
Evil is a top tier map. Like it is that map. Like I know like having like the elementals, like quotation marks elemental like wonder weapons is like kind of a copy of Origins. That's what I
They're
see
right
that
in the
discussed.
middle.
But they are so just unique. I don't know what it is about them. They feel so different. It's just awesome. Like the map, it's just it looks amazing. The wonder weapons are amazing. Like yeah, the first shot is kind of like the same on all of them, but the charge shot is so unique for each weapon. Like it's just the Easter egg is amazing. The boss fight in that map is spectacular. Like It's just a great map, and then Alpha Omega as well. Like seeing the Alvagadro come back in the end is just like wow, like this is just cool.
And like with Origins, you had the stabs that were lightning, wind, ice, fire, and everyone like, oh, these are great, like elementals, sweet. And then Ancient Evil brought elementals, and everyone's like, oh, it's a copy. But you had blood, earth, light, and wind. Wind was essentially the same, but the light one was incredible. Like the it's like the sun
Awesome, bro.
blazing down. The blood hand Karen.
Chimera, yeah.
The
Oh
hand of
man,
Charon, bro.
hand of
So
Karen,
awesome. They
so
did it right on that map.
well, I always knew it was like the pool of blood. It took me a little bit to notice the little like the skeletons
Skeleton
that
hands
reach
that come
out.
up and like drag the zombies
I
down.
That was cool when I
Yeah,
noticed
it's
that.
just the whole
That,
Literally.
that
yeah,
is
it's so
something
good.
that just
Awesome.
the small things that are just incredible. Those are what really make weapons special. The tiny little things that you don't really notice. And then there's the earth hand. The earth hand is so cool. It reminds me of the fire bow. Like when the thing comes up and like traps the zombie and then just kills everything around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. And like these are, and then they kind of did try to do elementals with the Rhaegar Mark IIs, who I think was a good idea. Like it was a good idea because it's like you took a classic weapon that everyone's used forever and like, all right, we're gonna change it. Like we're like gonna do something with it. And they did elementals, and I mean, some of them are awesome. Like the kilowatt one with the little laser that recharges is great. The
The
plasma
infinite
cannon.
ammo one.
Yep.
Awesome.
And
Yeah,
the
it's a kilowatt
dual
one.
wield, fully auto. They finally gave dual wield ray guns. No more clickbait. The real dual wields.
Yeah, it's not like the Gord Krovi wonder weapon, the Mark III in that map. It's not a dual wield ray gun. It's a ray gun plus a different weapon. It's a dual wield gun, but it's not a dual wield ray
It's
gun.
essentially like the wave
So-
gun. It's dual wield, but like
It's two
technically-
separate different
yeah.
weapons, kind of.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, on Alpha Omega, I can't stand like I find those ray guns like yeah they look like Mark IIs, but they are not Mark IIs. They're completely different guns. It drives me crazy. Like I've had this debate so many times. Like they are completely different weapons than the Mark II. It drives me crazy that people are like, oh yeah, they're just rip-offs of the Mark II. Because if they were all
It's just a
modeled as
picture, yeah.
completely different weapons, no one would say anything. It's just they look like Mark IIs, and it drives me crazy sometimes.
A laser, a cannon, a shotgun, and dual wield machine pistols.
Yeah.
Are so cool. I
I
love
like
them.
Alpha Omega a lot, but
Yeah.
everyone that I played Black Ops 4 with just stopped playing like after Ancient Evil, so I never really got to fully experience it, and I don't know, I just never got like too into it, but I would love to go back and see what's up.
Same.
It's worth it. It's a very, very good map. Very underappreciated, like Zetsubo, in my opinion. Like Zetsubo for me is so underrated. It's criminally underrated, and Alpha Omega is the same for me.
And then like from the new game coming out, I mean, I bet everybody wants this. Zombies for the first time crossplay.
Yes.
Yes,
That'd be
please give it to us, please.
I feel like that'd be.
Please do
I feel like it's necessary at this point. Like if you don't have crossplay, you're just not.
Gotta have crossplay.
I feel like
Yeah.
games are gonna go down that route from now on because of how successful
Yeah.
Modern Warfare made it be.
Yeah.
Even Fortnite really. I mean, I think
Fortnite too.
Fortnite,
I think PUBG was
I did it
before,
Destiny
first, bro.
2, I believe 2 does it.
but
Rocket
Fortnite
League was
made
long
it.
before all these.
Yeah, Fortnite's what really made it huge, and then Warzone made it essentially like just normal. Crossplay is like the thing now, and I
Mhm.
feel like if it's not crossplay, I'm gonna be so upset because like man, it would be so nice to get to play zombies with people I've never been allowed to play with. Like that would just be so nice, and it'd be a
Yeah,
lot easier for like Greg. I know it'd be a lot easier for you because I know you play on you have all the consoles, so I know like you prefer one over the other. You don't have to like switch when you go to play a game, or if you go play with people, you don't have to switch from Xbox to PS4 to this
Yeah,
to
it'd be
this.
nice.
That'd be convenient.
Mhm.
It's something that should have been normalized a long time ago, and for some reason it wasn't. But at the success that we've seen in games lately that are cross-platform, there's no reason the next Call of Duty should not be. Considering that the newest Call of Duty Modern Warfare is cross-platform,
Yeah.
every other one after should be, considering how successful this game is. Like, I don't think it's the greatest Call of Duty of all time, but it is selling and it is being played
They've
at
done a
a
good
rate that
job
is the
with-
greatest of all time.
Yeah.
As of
Yeah.
now, they're making. Last I heard, they were making $3 million a day from microtransactions alone,
Yep.
which is
Wow.
insane.
Exactly.
Because it's
Which
not
is
even.
really insane for a non-pay to win game. Like it's all purely cosmetic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you would think like, oh, they're making that kind of money on like Black Ops 3, where they was insane the amount of stuff that was in their black market, whatever. Black Ops, not Black Ops, Modern Warfare, their shop is mainly just camos and like blueprints
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
small things, like nothing too special.
Well, it's
But people
'cause
go
when you
crazy for it.
it's because when you respect your players, your players don't have a problem handing out more money. But if you
Mhm.
treat your players like they're idiots and like, oh well, you're gonna have to spend more money for this because we know you will. No one wants to pay for the microtransactions.
Yeah.
If anyone played an semi-extensive amount of Advanced Warfare, the microtransactions in that game were horrendous, dude.
Yeah.
Like the most pay-to-win game I've ever seen in my entire life.
I've only touched the zombies in that game, so I don't really know what you're talking about, to be honest.
I think I played the multiplayer for like a week and then got bored of it.
Yeah, but nothing was cooler than having a dope exosuit. Nothing better. You were the talk of the town if you had that like psychedelic exosuit. No, that was the thing to have. Oh,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
man, I know in the next whatever like COD 2020, I don't know, except apparently there was a big leak. My friend that he said it was Cold War themed. That apparently there was some
Yeah.
guy who went there and did some stuff, and he said it's Cold War themed. So I'm excited if they do zombies. Well, when they do zombies, like what they're gonna do, like they incorporate the Cold War, because I feel like that'd be something. Because zombies has a lot of, I mean, Chaos had the Titanic, Coliseum, and stuff like that. So I'd love to see something that had to do with the Cold War or like other moments in history, like the Chaos
Mhm.
storyline. I thoroughly loved so much for how unique it was, and I really hope they keep up with unique stuff. It doesn't have to be Chaos storyline, but like just the unique maps. I loved it.
I feel like we might
Yeah,
be going
when
to
I-
Russia.
When I look at the Chaos storyline, it's like I know when it came out, Voyage was meh. Like it was cool because you learned that Bruno was infected by the Order, it was called.
Yeah, they were.
But like
Yeah.
it didn't have the biggest like story arc. But I remember like watching 9 be completed, but for the first time, it was
Oh
just
my
like
God.
like what happened? Like honestly, what happened in this map? Like our 4 characters all got beheaded in a Coliseum. Like what just happened? We just learned of these characters. Like this is insane.
Mhm.
And then Dead of the Night, I get it. It's setting up the story and it tells us basically why they're in Voyage and what they're doing in 9. It explains all that. But when it comes to like the characters in that map, it was terrible. It was just the only thing we learned was this is why Scarlet is doing everything. This is why all the characters are there. But then Ancient Evil came out, and watching the ending of Ancient Evil, it's just jaw dropping. It's like, dude, like what did we just witness? Like
Yeah,
this completely turned on its head. Like I remember when I first saw it. It's like it's about to like end. Like it's like you almost won, and then all of a sudden it all just turns around, and it's a completely different storyline all of a sudden.
If they abandon the Chaos storyline, I will be one angry boy.
Me too.
I think they did, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be the biggest cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I mean, IW has that as well, though.
Greg, is there anything in the next zombies game that you like very specifically? Oh, my dogs are barking. I don't know who's here. Anything specifically you do not want to see like at all?
I don't want gauntlets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
That was a waste of dev time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when we were
bad
that's all
game
you
though
really
at
gotta
all,
say.
but-
I played it once, and that's it. Like I would beat it.
I would have
and
rather
then
seen
never play it again.
Turned rather than Gauntlet or stuff like that.
Or
There's too
Creep,
much
or
like
just
filler
added-
challenges.
Added more side Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Instead.
True.
Like
like Infinite Warfare.
Well, yeah,
Like
but
Black Ops 2 days.
I mean, like upgrading the shields on like Voyage was really cool. Like that, like more stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, like just give us small things in the map.
They didn't even have a shield upgrade for Ancient Evil, which I think should have been a thing.
Yeah, that is an
the
awesome
shield was
shield.
already disgustingly good, but still.
Yeah, I had fun. I think it'd be cool if
Awesome
you
looking.
kind of like Origins, where your melee, depending on the staff you had the like an elemental fist. That would have been cool.
Okay.
Have like an
Yeah.
elemental spear when you throw it,
Yeah,
something along those
Yeah.
lines. But
especially
like that.
considering there's 4 elemental gauntlets in that map, it would have been really cool.
Mhm.
But then again, like, who knows?
Mhm.
yeah, 100%.
So I got an interesting question to ask you. So if you go to any zombies location at all, where would it be?
That we don't already have.
Or like if you could visit yourself, any location.
Oh, I've never been to Alcatraz. So
Alcatraz.
easy.
Okay.
Really?
Alcatraz is mind
Alcatraz
blowing.
is so cool.
I went there years like 5-6 years ago, and I mean I was a big Mob of the Dead fan, and I walked up and I was in a group chat with my friends, and when you pull up to the docks, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
they pulled up and we were walking by, and I was like, hey, yo, I gotta go get Jug real quick. I'll be right back. And it's insane because when they say, oh yeah, the developers went there and they like try to copy the island and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, but like they copied it's literally cell for cell, like step for step, everything like is exactly.
Yeah.
Honest to
It's
God,
insane.
they did a better job of the mapping of Alcatraz and Blood of the Dead than they did in Mob.
It's
That's
well,
like the
yeah,
one
because they added more.
upgrade. Yeah, that's like the one upgrade between Mob and Blood. They
Well,
did a really fantastic job, like mapping out Alcatraz.
I'm willing to bet money that there was just leftover concept art from Mob, and they just introduced that into Blood.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
we were in the
When I went there,
I was in like the OG spawn room when I was there, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, I could literally get to about any part of this island from here. Like, I don't even need a tour of the place. I already know.
Yeah, just because
I
we
was in
played a
awe,
game
bro.
for how long?
I was
Like
in
we know our
awe.
way around.
That was a great place to visit. It really was. That was awesome. It's really cool, especially when you like play it in a game. It's like, wow, like this is like it's just like so weird to visit a real place that you were at in a video game for so long.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, yeah, like in Call of Duty World War II, in the campaign you went to Paris or whatever, but like it was just Paris with like a couple overturned cars and nothing, routine stuff. But Mob was like zombies hanging from the ceiling, the spikes everywhere, blood everywhere, and all this like things broken. So it's like they took them like the island, the real place, and they just made it. They zombified it and call
Yeah.
it that. And you go to the real thing, it's like wow, like you can see what they changed, what they added, and it's like this is phenomenal. Like it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh man, but I don't know. Anything else you guys want to ask, Greg? Greg,
Sure.
you have any questions for us or?
What?
Greg, do you want like? Is there anything else you specifically want? Actually, no. I know something I want to ask you.
Yeah.
How did you get to meet like all like Lex, Noah? How did you like really get to know them? Like what? How did you like what got you guys together?
Well, I went to the first CWC, met a lot of them then. And then just events too, like DLC events and stuff.
Yeah.
I would meet and hang out with some of them, and then ZWC2 as well was another one. So yeah, I was kind of just like going to the same place they're going, like Black Ops 4 reveal before Black Ops 4 came out, just all that stuff.
Do you think there will be another ZWC?
I think only if Zombies is good and they can justify it, because I think they lost money on both of them. So.
I think there has to be enough people playing and watching it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I would love it, but it has to be profitable. Like it's not like it's not a charity event. It's a tournament, so it has to be profitable in the end. And if it's not, then what's the point of doing it? So
Exactly.
All right, Soccer. Didn't you say you had a question?
Yeah. Let's see. So, of all the characters introduced in the zombie storyline, not even just playable ones, which one is your favorite?
Probably Primus Dempsey.
Okay.
I would say. Yeah, it's either him or like I like Rick Toffin too. I don't know, it's hard.
Okay.
I really like I feel like every map, in a way that has like a different crew is also really cool. Like the Mob of the Dead crew is really cool, like Sal and stuff. And,
yeah.
it really depends. I don't really. It's hard to just like pinpoint one.
Yeah.
Because we've played as so many different characters.
They're all so great in different situations. It's really difficult to pick like which one's my favorite, honestly.
Yeah. That is so true.
I just don't like playing as the witch on Dead of the Night.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't,
no.
don't even
Oh,
get
she's
me
a
started
I
on
get
that map.
back
I
out
was
of that
literally
lobby.
about to say that. It's actually really funny.
If I play that map, I only want to play as Godfrey because him and Dark Godfrey, they actually have some pretty cool quotes. But the other characters are just like man, they are so just not good. They're just annoying. They're not even funny. They're just annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people hate on Marlton, but I feel like he's a good character.
Yeah,
But I
Marlton's
hate
pretty cool.
Stuhlinger. I hate
At all.
Stuhlinger. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude! I was doing tag totem speedruns yesterday, and I was Stuhlinger, and the quotes he says are just so bad. Like I don't. Oh, he pisses me off so much.
I mean, I still can't get over the fact that someone at Treyarch put it in the game and said, you know, it'd be a good quote. No, nosy fart too. Someone said that, and it's in
Yeah,
the game
honestly.
now, and I can't live. I just, it's hard to live knowing someone thought that was a good idea.
It's
I
just
cannot
That
stand that
passed
quote.
multiple like people's ears, and they still put it in the
Yep.
game.
So bouncing off that, what is your favorite quote of all time?
It's a very broad statement.
Like,
I would say probably ain't that swell from Sal.
Mm.
Actually, that's a good
That's
one.
Yeah,
a
that's a
really
good
good
one.
one. There's a couple like other ones that are really cool, like um the Weasel says on Mob of the Dead, Nikolai. Why do I keep hearing that name?
yeah, that's a good one.
That was
Really,
huge.
that was crazy.
There's a
Um,
lot of really good ones to be honest, especially
Yeah.
like Black Ops One Kino, like hey player, drop the chips, give me some
Some
ammo.
ammo.
That's
Oh
That's a
my
great one,
god,
yeah.
that's my
That's a good
favorite.
there's a lot of
pretty
really
sure it
good
was on
ones.
Kino Nikolai. Like when you run out of ammo, he like I don't remember the exact quote, but he's like, maybe if I piss on them, it'll keep them away or something. Really funny.
Yeah.
Nikolai and Kino is amazing.
Yeah, there's another quote on GK, like you know the electric trap
Yeah.
before you go into the bunker. If you're Richtofen and you start it, it takes there's like a few different quotes he has, but one of them is execution by electrocution. Rest in peace, Sal.
Wow.
Oh, that is
That is
so
cool.
good.
It's a deep quote, honestly. That's deep.
Yeah.
I felt that.
Yeah.
There are some other quotes I just found funny, like on Black Ops 4, Nikolai, when he says when he runs out of ammo, he goes, "You guys want to switch?" He's like, "You want to switch guns?" He's like, "Mine's completely full of bullets." Just yep, completely full. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny."
Yeah, there's another one on Alpha Omega. Like I don't smoke weed or anything, but Dempsey,
Oh
like
yeah.
when you go down to turn on the power, he's like, it smells like weed killer. So funny, dude.
Then
I was like dying laughing when I heard that for the first
that's a
time.
good one. Then Tack on I know he says on Classified when he gets the ray gun, he's like, "I got the ray gun, so if I go down, you better revive me." And I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think it's awesome
Like they got
that
some
they like
funny ones, but
incorporate that kind of stuff.
yeah, but Tack can get annoying. Everything is about honor. And it's like, all right, we get it.
Yeah, he's not bad, but he's not great.
There's
I
a
don't like that.
there's a custom map I was playing actually. I think it was a Super Mario one where if you go down with the ray gun, it's Lex from his like IRL Z House
Oh my
video saying
god.
revive me, I have the ray gun. Just on loop for the whole time you're down. It's
That
hilarious.
got me killed when we got to the boss fight on that map together because you went down with the ray gun and I was just
You could
laughing,
listen
so
to
I
anything,
died.
yeah.
But on to Alpha Omega quotes. Best quote in that map, in my opinion, has gotta go to Rushmore. Just kidding. Russians get shot here. Like,
That's a good one.
it makes me laugh every single time. It's like he's
Rushmore.
serious, but he's not, and it's such a good quote. It's just
And then at
perfect.
the end, he's like, "Cause we're America. American wins."
What I love about that particular quote is they literally just sent the Avogadro from one American facility to another. He's like, "Oh yeah, we win here, so we win."
Yeah, and then
Because like when you think about it, it's just another. It's in like I think it's in Washington. They
Yeah,
send
we
out,
win. It's
like-
Washington's problem now. Like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. Yeah.
at Rushmore is I love all the quotes Rushmore has, and you can enter in certain codes that make him do more like things. Like I know one code is rant, or
You can
vent,
sing the
one or the
national
other.
anthem.
He has an entire he goes off and he like cries at one point I think, or he gets really upset and he's like, it's it's tough. And I'm like, what? Like why? It's just so funny. Like all the fun, like cool little quotes they have. Like some of them are
Way
just
better than Sophia.
Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely,
god.
absolutely better.
Sophia was so annoying.
Yeah,
It was
Rushmore's
She didn't
10 times
even
better
need to
than
be in the story at all.
I know. I agree with that one.
I didn't know the significance of Sophia at
Yeah,
all. I don't know.
she got bit by a zombie on Kino, and it's in one of the radios. And she like worked as like the secretary for Maxis
And they
on the Reef,
supposedly had a
and they like
thing.
had a relationship or whatever.
Hmm.
Because Samantha's mother like died when giving birth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean, I know with Rushmore and Alpha Omega. I mean, Greg, when we did that run over and over and over again, at the point like all of us during every run, it was like natural to say "Land of Opportunity" every time.
Yep.
Oh man, you just hear it over because it's the same quote, and when you rerun the
Well, now
speed run,
there's a lot more quote skips.
yeah, True found a bunch, and I'm like, dude, please, man, skip "Land of Opportunity." I can't hear it anymore.
Yeah, just so you just don't hear it.
Man.
Because like when you like, I don't speedrun often, but when you do, like you hear quotes over and over and over and over again, it will drive you insane. Like
Oh, yeah.
even going for high rounds, like you'll hear the same few quotes, like especially when using the Hellion, like whatever character you're using, will mention like the explosion or there's zombies, bits everywhere. Watch out for the flying bits or something like that. And it's like, it's not they're not bad quotes, but it just drives you crazy hearing them over again. I can even speedrun is even worse because you hear them 10 times faster.
I've noticed that a lot of times if you go for like a decently high round, a lot of times your character will just start saying the same like 2 or 3 quotes over and over and over again, and it gets really bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, once you get set up, like you might as well just turn off the quotes because you just hear them forever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've done plenty of high rounds where I get to listen to the same quote for 60 hours straight. And it's like, man, I hate this. Like I thoroughly hate the quotes. That's why I turn off like my master volume completely and just play music because I can't. Oh, I literally listen to the same quotes as well as the same 3 noises for hours, and it
Yeah,
just melts your brain. It drives you
Uh-huh.
nuts. Oh man, that's just it's not an enjoyable experience a lot. I do it against my own mental health, but it's fine. It works.
Gets the job
Yeah,
done.
you're fine.
So one thing I want to see, hopefully, I don't know, but if they'll ever do it, but I would love to see custom maps on console.
yeah,
Ooh.
it'd be harder to
That'd be
implement,
interesting, but it'd
but
be
if
very
they can
difficult.
pull it off, it would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't
I feel like it would be definitely easier to pull off on the PS5 though.
Yeah,
Or,
like
Xbox
the
360,
Xbox and the PS5 are gonna be like they're basically computers at this point, consoles. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely possible. It's just I don't know how it works. I honestly I have no idea. I've tried to learn how to make a custom map. It's hard to say the least. But like I don't know how they'd implement that on a console. Like PC is very easy, especially through Steam when they had the workshop. It made life just so much easier, so it was easy to implement. So I don't know how they can get it to work on console, but if they can do it, that'd be awesome because a lot of people like have come into my streams and I was playing Leviathan when that first came out and they're like, man, I really wish I could play this map. I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's only on PC.
Mm-hmm.
DLC
So-
6.
Yeah,
Great.
to be honest, I don't really like customs that much. Like, it feels like the same map every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Leviathan was the only one that I actually like really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
The rest are just so repetitive.
The problem is they're literally all just reused assets. Like it's
Viable
literally
endings.
just parts from other games.
I like the
Yeah.
challenges ones that are like the one window challenge. I like
Uh-huh.
that because it's it's like a little challenge. Like I'm not doing an Easter egg or it's just like all right, you gotta survive
They're
to get I think 75,000
I think
or
that's
amount.
what made like Cheese Cube Unlimited so fun and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it was a challenge map. That's a classic,
Or
honestly.
something
Poop
like
of
the
the Dead.
jokier
I
maps
love
like
Poop of the
Nightmare on
Dead.
Kermit Street or stuff like that are the fun ones, I feel like.
Yeah. I like Poop of the Dead. I didn't even know
Mhm.
there was like an Easter egg to like an actual boss fight. I thought you just sat there and kept flushing things down the toilet. Like I thought that was it. I was like loved it. I was like, this is so stupid.
This guy's enjoying flushing the toilet.
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing. I was like, this is great. No, I know like Leviathan was they like revamped Moon kind of, and then Europa they kind of did the same thing. And
Yeah.
it's just like it's insane to see.
I haven't
maps.
even played that map.
It was actually
I
pretty
watched
good.
it. It looks really cool. And like I can't imagine like the work it goes into making those maps because I mean they look better than some of the maps like on the real CODs. Like they look
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And like
Yeah, it's incredible.
the
Skybox
Easter
and
eggs
The
are
Europa.
Europa map, the skybox is beautiful, dude. Really
It's
beautiful.
I'd say it's equal to that of like Shangri-La.
Yeah. So I know, isn't it the guys on Leviathan? Aren't they making their own like gaming company?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
They are.
They are? Wow.
Wow.
So I think
Not
that'll be
bad,
really
not
cool
bad.
to see.
That's really
'cause
cool to
that map's
see.
very good. So I'd like to see what they do.
I mean, that map was so good. It's like Treyarch level, like the boss fights and everything. Like,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that
It
was
was
insane.
fantastic.
I
Boss fight
haven't
was
seen
cool. The cutscenes were insane. The fact that
Dude.
they had cutscenes was just crazy.
the cutscene that where it cut to the Call of the Dead like bunker, and I was like, whoa! I'm like, that's actually pretty cool. I'm like, that actually like, makes sense. It's not just some stupid
Yeah.
cutscene. Like, that actually genuinely kind of makes sense.
Exactly, yeah. It makes it a lot better of a map too. The fact that like it's like it's a custom map, but it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't play like it.
And if
And
it
now
needed
it
to, it could
fits
fit.
into the storyline as well. It's just like this map is just amazing. Like I don't know what to say about it. It's just great.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how Europa fits, or even if it does. And I mean, I just watched. I think it was like Noah, Lex. They played around on it. I think they were Easter egg hunting. Well, they weren't Easter egg hunting. They were just like trying to do it without the guide.
Mm-hmm.
And I never saw. I don't even know if there's. I never saw the boss fight, so I don't know if it's like insane or
It's
anything.
pretty cool.
But I mean, I'm assuming because some of the custom maps that come out are just amazing. Like they just look great, and I can't imagine the time and work it took to pull off a map like Leviathan or Europa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Yeah,
crazy looking map.
Applaud those people that freaking put those out. That's insane.
Mhm.
Absolutely, yeah.
Logical did an insane job, I felt like, for Europa, and then the whole entire team for Leviathan. It's just the amount of hours they put in, just building everything. Just like I've watched a couple of them making like some of the maps they do. It's just the little details they take hours to do is just insane.
But yeah, the little details can make or break a map though. Like if you look at like some like high quality Treyarch maps, there's just small details that you don't even notice. They're just there. Like you see them without even thinking you're seeing them. Just small little things that just make the map look better, and they just add atmosphere. They add just so much to the map, just from the looks of it too.
Like what I noticed recently was in the Horizon Jock boss fight, the pillars they have dragon heads on them. Nobody really ever looks up.
They just add more to it. Like it's just small things just make a map better. And the best maps will have very small details in the tiniest places that you never look. Like, all right, but I got one last question. I don't know when we're gonna finish this up, but I got one last one. The ending of the Aether storyline of Black Ops 4. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, I thought they wrapped it up pretty well. They kind of explained what they were gonna do, and I think it was okay. Like I cried watching it for the first time. No, it was pretty sad. I think they definitely hit the emotional notes that they wanted to hit with it. Now I would have probably liked it more if it didn't end or anything like that, but they kind of had to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a towards the end, like with all the remakes on Black Ops 4, I just felt like they needed to end before they just like end it while it's still good. I'd hate to see it go too long where people start to dislike it.
Exactly.
With how good of a storyline and how many memories and
Mm-hmm.
all the foundation of it. Like I would hate to see that go to waste.
Yeah, like
overuse of it.
Do you think they're gonna try and add more? Do you think they're gonna try and add more to it with like Black Ops 5 or the Cold War?
I think they're done.
I hope they're done with it. Like
I don't know.
Like,
I think they ended it right. I think they ended it at the right time. I think they did it in the right way.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All
With
you
that.
do, like, I don't want any more remakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just want fresh new maps, something new to play. Because, like, Alpha Omega, I basically consider a new map. Because Nuketown was a multiplayer map, turned into a survival map, turned into this massive, like, basically American facility. But, like,
People don't give it credit, though. They say it's the same boring map. And
it's absolutely not. There's so much in it.
Yeah.
But either way, it is. Yeah, it is still technically a remake. So like, I don't consider it one, but it is by definition it is. And it would have been nice to just get all fresh like maps for the DLCs because half of the DLCs we got were remakes, which kind of sucks, but
Yeah, like we haven't seen
meh,
something
like I'll deal with it.
100% brand new besides Chaos since Gorod Crovy.
The only remake I really want to see is Transit because I feel like modern Transit could
Be
give it
good.
justice.
Could be good,
But
yeah.
other than that,
Well,
I
it
think
has a daytime skybox on the map
Mhm.
that
Suppose
they never
yeah.
used.
What I was told was that Transit, when it came out, was like too much for an Xbox 360, so
Mhm.
they had to
Yeah.
add the fog.
That's why
Yeah,
there's so much fog
exactly.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's why the stuff just
The
slows you down on the
denizens
map.
slow you down so stuff can actually load into the game.
Yeah, so the console doesn't crash.
And then I also heard that for the next COD, that supposedly the first map is going to be like the ultimate Transit, like the what it was supposed to be. But obviously now they're probably gonna add all this new stuff, probably better graphics, obviously. But like, I honestly I'm excited. I hope they get rid of the lava, but
Mhm.
I just I mean I can't wait to see like I think it's supposed to be like a pre-apocalyptic Transit, and it's just be like a
Oh, that'd be
massive
awesome.
map. And
Yeah.
I think
Cool.
that'll be really
That'd be
cool. I think I'd actually I hate Transit, but I think that'd be fun to see.
No,
Mhm.
it's one of the
That would
maps where
be
it's like
absolutely
taking a great map and remastering it, it's not gonna end well. When you take a really bad map and remaster it, you can only go up. So the
Yeah,
the
well-
potential is endless for Transit.
to make it worse. That would be very impressive if you did, to be honest.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be upset.
I don't even think it's possible to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would applaud them if they could make it worse. They would have to try to make that thing.
Yeah, like
It would
Transit
just be,
definitely.
it'd just be another meme, though, to be honest.
Add more
Yeah.
fog, add more denizens.
It's not like I didn't even mind the fog of the denizens. It was just the damn lava, man. That is what
Make
pissed
it
me
all
off.
fog.
Nothing
Actually,
worse
you just
than
die because you get hit so many times. Like, you get hit and then accidentally walk through the lava.
Oh lord,
Yeah.
that feeling.
The amount of times that's happened. Oh my god.
Dude, I did the mob transit pack-a-punch challenge. I literally wanted to kill myself.
Oh
I remember watching
no.
that. That was
I could
brutal.
not watch that. That would just be too painful.
Oh my god. It was
I
I
feel
remember
bad
watching
for
it.
you. That is
Well,
terrible.
he was
I did mob yesterday. It took me
Mhm.
through. I finished on like round 42.
dang.
Dang,
And it, like,
that's
and
rough.
mob's hard. It's not.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Everyone says it's easy, but it's really
No.
not. Like,
Well, if you don't have just flat out access to pack a punch really easily, it's difficult because you have to prepare basically to pack a punch. And when you're on late rounds, non-papped guns won't do anything for you. So you're
Yeah,
basically just
the only other like hard map that I'm like kind of dreading is like Moon because you have to teleport every time. But other than that, it's like pretty easy.
I mean, at least on the bright side on Moon, if you get the hacker, you can hack the pack-a-punch, and then you get a little like spare time to get
Yeah,
it.
but
Get
then
your
you get
kills.
overwhelmed sometimes too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you need a girth like to
Mhm.
throw.
yeah,
At least
That
you
is
can
the one.
hack drops for maxes though.
True.
yeah,
I
that
never
helps a
knew
lot
that.
on Moon.
I didn't play Moon like at all. I was not a big Moon guy, and now I play with someone who.
I think the
Die Hard
Chronicles
Moon.
version is the best remake, but I still play. I prefer all the old maps
Yeah.
besides Moon more.
I've never liked Moon. Like it's literally like a bottom tier map for me, to be honest. Sorry if that
Yeah.
offends anyone
I,
here.
I don't think it's that good, but I
Mhm.
mean, for the
There's so-
story, it's important.
Yeah.
There's so much on it that I never knew. Like my buddy's a big Moon guy, and he's like, "Yeah, look at this." And he hacked drops. He made a max ammos. He hacked other things that did like when you use the mystery box, you can hack it. It re-rolls it. Hack it again, you get your money back, and now anyone can take the weapon. Never knew that.
Yeah, there's a
the-
lot of cool features.
Yeah, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, I wish I would have. It was just like one of those small things that no one really knows unless you really play the game, and I thought that was so cool. And then in Black Ops 3, they introduced the space dog Easter egg. Oh, I was so
Oh yeah,
happy.
that was
Oh
cool.
I
my
That was
that
cool.
space
that was-
dog.
I loved it. There's a couple like there's like a free max ammo Easter egg on Black Ops 3 Moon, where it's like all the Samantha dolls, like these like, little Samantha dolls, like get in a little circle and they sing, and you have to shoot them, and it's the coolest thing. And then,
There's
like a
actually
skeleton hand comes out of the ground and drops the max ammo. And I
there's
was like,
actually
that's
one of
so
those in
cool.
every of the Chronicles maps.
What?
There's a Samantha Easter egg on every Chronicle map for max ammo.
Oh, I thought you were gonna. Oh, Really? Wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
There's a free max ammo Easter egg for every single Chronicle map.
Oh my gosh. What else do we
Mind blown.
Oh my god. Man, I mean, when Chronicles came out, I think I was already on BO4 grinding my life away, and so I never really got into I mean, I would go back and play Chronicles. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go play, let's go play Kino with Gobblegums, and it's like, oh, let's go get easy round 100 because I can just run Deadwire and turn. Oh, that was where it was
Pools
at.
is awesome.
I loved it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made Black Ops 3 one. Like when people say like, oh, it's better Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3, I'm like, like if you don't include Chronicles,
Black
that's a
Ops
solid
2.
debate. It's a solid debate. When you include Chronicles, it's like, how do you beat 14 zombie maps?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
how do you
And they're all
beat that?
solid.
And they're all
Playable
great
some of
maps.
these maps.
And you have a great perk system, Gobblegums. Like you have, it literally is like you literally made almost an essentially like one of the best games. But without Chronicles, it's a good competition because I mean,
Yeah.
Black
Mhm.
Ops 3 has the better mechanics and stuff like that. But Black Ops 2, in my opinion, is all like, I mean, you have Buried, Mob of the Dead, Origins, then you have Grief, you have Turned, you have, I mean, you have Dire is a decent map, and Transit, which is a fan favorite to some. And it's like you have I loved how you picked a map in Black Ops 2, like on the globe.
Yes.
I loved
Yeah,
that.
That
yeah,
was
that's
so
awesome.
cool.
Awesome.
I like that. I hope they bring that back. I really like that. That was cool.
Mhm.
I like knowing where things were. Like Buried is Angola, Africa. Like I don't know why it's there, but it's cool.
Mhm.
It's nice knowing
Why
like
not?
the location just by the globe.
I mean, it tells you, but like when you little Buried, it's like it's like resolution like 1295 something like that. It's like I don't really know where that is. Like
It's a United Nations it's a United Nations document about Angola, Africa.
really.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just some fancy thing with Rick Dawson.
Yeah.
like
It's cool though.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I didn't know that. But dang. Yeah, cause I know Greg. You know like everything.
Mhm.
You know so much. Oh man.
Kind of just there in my brain. Can't really help it.
Not
Right, you
really.
play zombies long enough, you learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's.
Yeah. I mean, eventually it just gets like curiosity where I just want to look something up
Mhm.
and see what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I kind of hope they bring more celebrity. Like I wouldn't mind more celebrity characters because they are fun
yeah.
to play with.
They should make
Yeah.
a White House map, dude.
That'd be
Yeah,
so
that'd be really
cool.
White House, man. That would be good.
Yeah,
Dead of the Night celebrity cast just flopped.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I would say more Americans play it than anyone, and we didn't know like any British characters.
Yeah.
I knew Helena Bonham Carter because of Fight Club.
Yeah, I don't get it because she's a decent actress, but I don't know. They just gave her bad voice lines.
Yeah, it's just the
They were-
in-game character just wasn't good. That's all. It wasn't her fault. Like,
I mean, I love all the like in Infinite Warfare. Like, yeah, David Hasselhoff.
Oh.
The vampire. It's like Elftra or
Elvira.
Elvira.
Pam
yeah, you have
Grier.
all these like very famous people. I'm like, that's so cool. And like they're not playable, but they're in the game. And then they.
No, you can
No, you can play as
yeah,
them.
I know. Yeah, I know. Like they're not playable, and then if you do the Easter eggs, you earn them. I'm like that's so cool that you have to earn them.
Awesome.
I can't just pop in being David Hasselhoff.
Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, in my opinion, nothing in zombies is more slept on than Infinite Warfare zombies.
I never played it, and I started playing it, and I was like,
It's
I
actually a lot
thoroughly
better than
enjoy
I
the
was
game.
remembering.
I am very happy playing that game, except for the boss fight on Spaceland. That is-
Oh.
Spaceland is the
Dude,
worst
I
Easter
beat
egg.
I beat that first try like last week at some point. Like I just played
Are
and
you
beat it.
me?
With
Yeah.
with
I have
director's
tried
cut or
100
without it.
I don't think I ever beat it solo. That was like the first time.
It's easier. It's easier solo. The more people, the more aliens. Therefore, the more.
I don't want to
stressful
say how
boss
many
fight is.
times I have died in that boss fight on stream in the past month now.
I mean, if you have director's cut, you can like
Yeah,
Just-
wreck,
it's a,
wreck
Yeah.
him so
it's a
fast.
joke.
What makes me laugh about Director's Cut is on Raven the Redwoods, the first step you have to shoot the arms of the zombies off. I find myself struggling with that step because I'm just too powerful. I do too much damage. Like yesterday, we literally were trying to figure out how to beat this step because we'd shoot a zombie and it would just instantly die. Like it wouldn't knock the
Yeah,
arm
you
off.
can
or
shoot the
anything.
arm off.
We were just sitting for like an
You gotta
hour.
get like the I think it's M1 Garand or whatever that's in the
Yeah.
spawn room, and that usually works.
Even then, like it's hard when you have.
Especially because you start with bang
Double
bangs.
tap. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with bang bangs though, if you remove it on that map and go to buy it back, it just costs 2,000 points and you don't even get it. There's no animation. You just lose 2,000 points. It's weird. I don't know why you do it, but it happens. So it's like you can either run bang bangs and really struggle with that step, or not run it and then struggle later on. But
It's the price you pay for director's cut, I guess.
yeah, being too strong. Like I did it on stream and I just laughed. I'm like, why am I too strong? Like this is weird. I don't like this.
Yeah.
That's it. And I feel like after playing Black Ops 4 so much, like doing all those Easter eggs, like the 9 boss fight, Voyage boss fight, all of them, it's like I just assumed Infinite Warfare would be like those. I'm like, all right, just basically got to shoot it 3 times, and like it'll be an easy boss fight. And oh my god, like we even had the upgraded like head cutter and stuff. We had the upgraded versions, and we still couldn't do it. And I was like, why is this so unnecessarily
really?
hard? Dude, I swear to God, man, I would go through an entire mag lighting up an alien. And he'd be like, yeah, let me shoot you with my plasma ball, and then just, you're dead. It's like,
You shooting him in the necklace, right?
yeah, and the little circle thingy.
Wow.
I didn't
I'm-
really.
He just didn't feel like dying. And then, I was playing solo, and I was like, all right, like I thought, I was like, oh, with more people it'd be easier. Well, I didn't know that,
No,
there's
it's
more
aliens,
spawn,
two
yeah.
aliens. Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was, 3 against 1. I thought the alien, maybe had more health, something like that, like George on Call of the Dead.
Yeah.
And we get to the boss fight. I got 4 people, and all of a sudden I see 4 aliens. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh,
Nah, it's
instantly
chaos.
laser.
It's
And I was
Are
like,
chaos.
you sure you weren't downing the alien and you just weren't realizing it and you didn't get the fuse out of his back?
no, I know what it is. He makes like that little bubble over him, and he got to
Yeah.
punch his
I
back.
don't know. I don't know how you with the upgraded face melter.
Yeah, we did it the
I
other
didn't, I
day.
didn't have it. Yeah, I didn't have that. I don't know which one I had. They were
Oh.
telling me what to build, and I was like, I don't know. Like, get the battery. I'm like, I don't know what that is. It's like, where it is. Like, I don't know what this game is. Like, it took me, I don't even know how long to even find Jug. I was like, I was like, all right, here's Tough Enough, and then I walked away and like, dude, that's Jug. I'm like, that's Jug, and I was like, okay, like, I'll take your word for it. The bumper cars room that they zoom around. Swear to God, first game I ever played on Infinite Warfare. I was streaming it. Opened the door. I took 1 step. The car went and killed me. End of the game. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, Brendan did that when I played with him, and he got mad at me for it.
I
We're
was
gonna-
so mad. I was like, this is not a way to get me interested into a game. Like, it's now I'm pissed.
Once you know that the bumper cars are there, they never touch you.
Oh yeah, now I know. Trust me.
Or like on attack when you touch the bomb, all
You go
the
the hard way.
missiles come in and like yeah.
That was funny too.
Yeah,
We were playing attack with soccer the other night, me and Des, and he started the boss fight, and the thing launches like a bunch of the like orange bombs. And as I'm walking away, because I train on the beach while they move the bomb, I'm like, oh yeah, watch out for the bombs. Not like it's like half a second later, and soccer goes down. He's the only one without director's cut, so he loses all his perks. We're like 2 seconds into the boss fight. This
I
man's
literally
gone down.
looked up in the sky as you say
Hilarious.
look out for the bombs. Like, oh shit,
Yeah, it's funny.
you're dead.
Yeah.
So of all the maps, what would you say your favorite boss fight is?
That's tough. I don't know. I think Horizon Jack's the best.
Alright.
Hey,
But like
Yes.
there are
Agreed.
like other ones are really good too. Like I can't say they're bad.
Mhm.
But I just like Horizon Jack because it was like the first one. And there's like the Panzers and stuff.
Yep.
It felt like
Definitely.
you were insane at the game if you beat it.
Yes. And then now it's like
It's
it's so
definitely
easy
between-
now.
Yeah.
Definitely between that and Gorod for me. I love Gorod's boss fight.
Oh my god, Gorod's so good too.
Yeah, that one's good too. But you can cheese it so easily
Oh.
with like idolize and stuff too.
Idolizing
Yeah,
in
no,
inside
I
and just
literally
like,
played that strat
oh
the
my.
other day. I was playing it because I just got a PC, so I'm going through all the BO3 Easter eggs again. And I'm playing with this guy, and he's like, "Bring idolize. Don't bring near death into the boss fight. Bring idolize." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And we literally melted the dragon and Nikolai in like 6 seconds each. It was insane.
And then you can do the same thing with fear and headlights as well. Just pop that. Don't even worry about it anymore. It's over.
Not anymore. That used to be a thing. They changed it because I tried
Yeah.
it. Because it used to be pop fear and headlights. And if you just looked at Nikolai, he'd stand still. He just
He
laser
moves
over
now.
the fence. Yeah.
No, that never happened with me. It was just like everything else around me
The
stopped.
best
when I
is
used it never stopped.
either in
But
plain
it used
sight or
to be-
idolize.
Yeah, fear and headlights used to be even Nikolai because he was considered an enemy. He would be frozen too. And all you'd have to do is have one person stand in the corner of the whole area and just see everything, so nothing's moving, and then the other
Everyone
people
else just goes to work.
laser him, and it was amazing. And I remember I never, I mean, it was probably a thing, and I remember like popping it just to stop the zombies, and then he stopped moving. I thought everyone thought our game crashed. We're like, oh well. And then they're like, oh wait, like no, he's just frozen. And then we just lasered him, and it was like, all right, you did it. And I was like, that is so easy. I'm like, that is so stupid. I'm like, so we were all kind of bummed, like, oh, that was like we worked all of our way to this boss fight just to accidentally cheese it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like, it takes away so much of the like
Pride,
of beating
I
it.
guess.
Yeah,
really
that's why I don't like to run gobblegums or elixirs other than the classic ones, because I just first of all I don't want to use like ones that I run out of basically in the first place, and it's just they make the game a lot easier. Like running Perkaholic is on Black Ops 3. It's like, okay, so yeah, here's everything basically.
Easy mode.
Have fun. Like I love the addition of it. It definitely helps a lot and benefits the game big time. But I just personally don't like to run them.
They're fun to mess around with for sure, but it takes away part of the sense of like I did that when I do an Easter egg or something. Like,
Yeah,
when I
exactly.
use it,
Yeah.
Bubblegum.
I'll use them the first time I beat an Easter egg, but once I've beaten it, I'm like, nah, it's classics only or nothing at all. Like, just
Yeah.
because I want that challenge. Like, I don't want it to just be really, really easy.
So, Greg, all right, so I mean, you obviously are friends with all the other zombie YouTubers, but like, is there like who's your favorite like YouTuber, like zombies or not?
I don't know, dude. It's hard to
Yeah,
answer.
I feel that.
That's how
Like,
you know you got the tough question.
I think it's just everyone, you know, like whoever I watch. There's so many people, you know.
Yeah, and everyone's so unique with the stuff they push.
It's hard to pick one particular person.
Do you have a favorite person you've met?
Probably Jason Lindell.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
All right, let me throw you a softball now. Which location or like setting would you like to see the most for Black Ops 5 or whatever the next zombies game is called?
I want to see like a Egypt pyramid map.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like, I
That'd
feel
be
like they could
awesome.
have like booby traps and stuff.
Running through a
Make it so
tomb or
in-
stuff like that would be sick.
That'd be so cool.
And that kind of
That's
like
what
would
Chaos
vibe
is.
with like 9 or like the Chaos
Yeah,
storyline. I feel
like
like
if they're gonna
perfectly.
continue chaos, that'd be good for it.
Yeah, that'd
Don't
be
bring back the skeletons that you have to headshot. Those are so annoying.
Oh, I know. Those are
Like the
bad.
number like the thing on Ancient Evil that's like this sucks.
Yeah. Like I mean, I love Ancient Evil because like, I mean, I'm a big history guy, and they brought back the Titanic, Roman Coliseum, and Haunted Man. I know Haunted Mansion's the one that kind of is a little different because it's not really a famous
No, it's
location.
kind of
Yeah.
out of place there.
But, I mean,
Yeah.
still, I mean, we've never seen a haunted mansion before.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the ancient city of Delphi where they brought back Medusa, Perseus, like all like
That was
Pegasus.
cool.
It's like that's so
Everyone
cool.
thinks that if they continue the storyline, it's gonna be an Egypt map because
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah.
I mean the Library of Alexandria is in Egypt.
Yep.
But they did
I really
Roman
hope they
gods.
continue
They did Greek gods. So they probably have to do Egyptian gods. Yeah.
Yeah. Which would be because there's a lot. I mean, there's with all the gods. There's back then. There's a bunch of them, and I think it'd be really cool. And I like it's just. I mean, the Scepter of Ra. I mean, they'll probably obviously. I would think they'd bring it back, and then I mean they might keep the same special weapons, but like I think it'd be cool to have like. I don't even know what you would do for the elementals in Egypt.
Yeah,
Yeah, they added in that weird like melee weapon in Black Ops 4. It's like the Eye of
Oh, in multiplayer.
Estes or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And apparently
Osiris.
that was yeah, I don't know what it's called. And I think like that was supposed to be like in one of the maps or something.
Ooh.
And
See,
it's cool.
I remember
too.
when I started playing the maps, like not the cast story. It reminds me of Percy Jackson for some reason, like that series. If you guys
Well,
ever
it's
read
Greek
that as a
gods.
kid,
It's because
yeah.
it's Greek gods.
Well, also the Roman
Yeah.
gods, the Greek gods, all that stuff. The whole shebang. It was cool. I
Yeah,
felt.
yeah.
Fair
Like, I think
enough.
it'd be
I can
really
see that.
cool to see like the pyramids and like the Sphinx and like
Oh,
stuff like that, and like all the like it would be like all catacombs and I
imagine
used
if
to
you
have
had
the
to
big booby
answer
track.
questions for a Sphinx and it would tell you where to go or how to do Easter egg steps. If you failed it, you would
Yeah.
die.
You know what I think would be cool is because I agree. I don't like the fact you just have specialists from the beginning. I like craftable specialists, but I think it'd be cool if you could craft the specialists from Black Ops 4, like the Chaos storyline. So you craft the Scepter of Ra, then it's a better version of the one that was in Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
The Scepter of Ra would work perfectly on a map like that. Like,
Yeah,
Egypt.
exactly.
Yeah.
especially like if you're in Egypt and stuff, it's like, okay, this will work really, really well here. It would just, the whole setting would work. The atmosphere would be amazing. Like, it's a map like, you could almost not go wrong with an Egypt map.
Or
Yeah.
even something like Black Ops 3, like on Shadows, like the sword is the special weapon. You didn't build it, but you had to earn it. You had to do something for it.
Yeah, you had a
Like,
quest for it. Yeah.
I didn't mind that. And then you can upgrade it too.
Yeah.
And the upgraded sword's very good.
I wish you could have
Oh, yeah.
upgraded the like Ragnaroks or the
Mhm.
Skull and Unsopwi, stuff like that. That would have been really cool.
I mean, the skull was already powerful enough. So.
Skull is powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrade, for being real, does not need an upgrade.
Doesn't need one, but it could be cool. Like a side, like I love this. Like my favorite side Easter egg of all of them is the little Arnie's dancing on Shadows of Evil. That was so cool.
Yeah.
I felt like.
That is a fun one.
Cute little worms.
I like the skeletons under Eisendrache, where you can make all the zombie skeletons. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Nice just a change in the map basically.
Or an
Mhm.
alpha,
Little
you
things
can
like
turn the
that.
beds into a rave room.
Awesome.
I just stupid stuff. I just love.
Mhm.
That's a lot of fun because I did it. Like when me and my friends were doing the Easter egg, I did it during the boss fight. So we will know we're in the room, fighting Avogadro essentially, and it's just a rave. I'm like, this is great. This is way more
Yeah.
exciting now.
Just adds a little bit more to the
Stuff
map.
like
Just another
Awesome.
just Easter egg you can do.
Mm-hmm. So, Greg, what is your most like proud moment? What's like one thing that you're like, hell, like I'm proud I did this or made this or.
Probably my Mob of the Dead 2-player speed run.
Okay.
Because I've had it for a long time, and it hasn't been beaten. Yeah, I think
Makes
like
sense.
it's I think that's it. Because I was just like so pumped when I got the record, and like I've tried beating it, and we can't. So
That's good.
What time did you get?
we got 21-13 2-player.
That's fast. That's really
Jeez,
fast.
that's insane.
It's the
And
fastest.
you have to pick up each individual part. You can't have more than one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Isn't that-
crazy.
And you don't have stamina up either to make your life easier on mob. Like you're literally just running.
We can't buy perks.
Or
and
sliding too.
Yeah. We can't buy perks, so we're literally in the infirmary mid-round, like
Oh,
trying not to die. It's hard.
that's crazy.
There's
bad.
a lot of downs, and you need like really good RNG too.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as bad as other maps, but like you get like you need the key on the cafeteria side, then you have to get like each player has to get like one needs 3,000, the other needs 4,000 at least, just to like start the run, and then you need more over
Mhm.
time to open other doors and stuff. So it gets pretty crazy.
That's yeah. 'Cause I remember when we it was me, you, and my buddy just did mob, and I was just running around in like the Citadel or whatever, and then and then I think you and my buddy did something that was like a speed run like trick or whatever, and I remember like I think he did it or he saw you do it, and you're like, shh, don't tell anyone, like, shh, no, don't tell anyone. Still to this day I don't know what it was. It really bothers
It
me.
was just you can get the skull on the roof next to the door to go down to the showers. Like you
Wait,
can throw it at a wall and it like clips through and grabs the skull.
what?
What?
Yep.
And
He's
you
got all
learn like
that.
small things like that while speed running. So
I mean that doesn't really help in the speedrun because you have to go to the roof to hard on anyways.
True.
Mhm.
But like, I mean,
It's cool.
It's so
yeah,
cool.
it's cool.
It's good. It's a good time save if you like forget to grab it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
What
You
I
don't have to
find
run all the
crazy
way
is
up to the roof.
how do people find this stuff? Is my question.
Like Easter egg hunters.
You
Well,
just
but
play
not.
it over and over
Yeah.
and over
But
and
like these
over and over.
randomest things ever, I feel like are just like crazy.
And
Like
sometimes it
I
just
just found out a new thing yesterday. Like, in the cell block where the dog is,
yeah.
you know how
Yeah.
like you know how those stairs are on the other side that lead to the warden's office?
Uh huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the stairs, like if you're like 5 feet away from them or whatever, you can actually jump up onto the platform that's like along. It's like there's like a small, the walkway from like showers area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like that small walkway, but then there's like a drop down.
Mhm.
If you stay on it, you can jump up to that.
What?
From
Like
the
you
stairs?
like
What?
mantle up to it.
Whoa.
Oh.
And
I'm
I
guessing
just
there's like
found
kind
that
of like
out
a pile of
yesterday.
rocks or something you can stand on, and that's how you get
No,
up.
no, no, no. You literally like do the animation of like going over like barrier. It's
Really?
like
Wow.
it's really
Wow.
weird.
Really?
Yeah, that's. I would never have
Like
noticed that.
Yeah.
I
That was
just
a thing
noticed it from
never involved.
someone that like does high rounds. Because we were talking about like shortcuts and stuff, and he said like no one really knew about that. So that's
Dang, that's
Is it
crazy.
really a shortcut though when you could just take
it's
the
not
stairs?
it's not really a shortcut, but
Yeah.
it's just
Still something like
there
you'd
that
never
kind of
notice.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
That's
interesting, more or
cool.
less.
I think a lot of things are found by accident too. Like
Mhm.
if someone just
Yeah, for sure.
throws a tomahawk and then all of a sudden they got a skull and they're like,
You can also
what?
throw the tomahawk. You know where like the monkey is on blood
Yeah.
Mhm.
on mob to like upgrade the tomahawk. You can throw it from that spot into the lava pit.
Mm.
Makes sense though. As long as you hit the pool, then you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I just kind of have like one spot where I always stand. Like I always go on top, throw it down into the pool. So
Yeah.
yeah.
makes sense, but it's something I never would try.
Because I know, like, our friend, like, True Help, he was doing alpha speedruns. He was like, Jake, you're not going to believe this. And I was like, what? And he goes, I found more quote skips. I was like, how? He goes, just by accident. He's like, I just picked up a piece and then the quote stopped. Or, like, I just did this and the quote stopped. He's like, I just, by luck, I just found it. And he ended up, like, using what he did to quote skip other things. And I'm like, he's like, it's huge. And he's
Yeah,
like,
I,
I
w-
just did it by accident.
I started the tag speedruns last night, and we've been like the guys that I'm playing with know like all the like skips you can do for quotes. Like there's some crazy skips that you can do. Like, like when you hear the like have the apothecary blood or whatever. They turn on the power on the boat at the exact same time, and it goes directly to what parts you need.
Dang.
It's
Whoa.
crazy. Like
Is
there's, and those save a drastic
Yeah.
amount of time too. Like over time, like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
What's
Are
crazy?
there any quote skips for like when you put the apothecary blood on the fire?
No,
God,
it isn't.
that
Unfortunately,
is the most
because that would
brutal
be the
thing.
craziest thing.
It takes like a good like 5 minutes of your
There-
game in total listening to those quotes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a minute and a half for the
Mhm.
first one. I know. I don't know how long the other ones are, but they definitely are like leaving you just sitting around bored out of your mind.
Oh man, that's
And you can quote skip the Great War thing at the end
Mhm.
or with Pablo. So like you can literally place it, do like quote skip, and it will literally start coming down like right away the thing. So that's cool.
That's
Yeah.
insane. Like some of the I've seen some quote skips that like with like what True does in Alpha, because like when you have like if you have like the quotes on, like the subtitles.
Yeah, they like
Like that.
overlap. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're and like some quotes, like you don't realize how big they are until they pop up and it's a paragraph, and you're like, jeez, like, you don't really care because if you're just playing, you just listen to it.
Like if you think those quote skips are crazy, like
Oh,
when
yeah.
the map first came out, like the entire screen was covered in quotes. Like some of the skips were like disgusting, and then they removed them.
God.
Like they were so good. Like you could enter all the codes that you get in like before Rushmore even like talks. Like they're crazy.
Because I know
Dang.
Drew's fast at them, and he'd be like, quote skip, and he'd be like, one code, two code, and then Rushmore would start talking again. I'm like, dude. I'm like, that's so annoying. Like, then he like skips it, and it's like this 45-second quote. Now it's only like 5 seconds. I'm like, it's such a, like, it's insane how people even like find those. Like, that's just, I like,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
just crazy. Because those are, because we're searching for speed runners. That's big. Like, literally 5 seconds is a big deal for
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Every second counts, I feel like, though, in a
Mhm.
speed run.
Yeah.
Definitely does.
And like, I mean, I've only speedrun alpha. I've speedrun blood before, but that's brutal.
Like, I'm trying to go for Dries and Jock, and literally every second has to be calculated to do anything.
Yeah. And a lot of, I know alphas has some RNG. I mean, you can work with what you get sometimes, but there are some times where like the red crawler, like, you just like, you'll hear it spawn, and you can just walk around the bunker for like a minute, and you're like, where the hell is this guy? Like, where is he?
Another really cool thing on Horizon Jack is you can actually look through the roof of the spawn room to see if the wisp is there. And there's like another spot you can stand as well where you can see if the wisp is in the clock tower. It's like near the death ray. You can like look and see, which is a cool
What?
little shortcut. And then there's uh if you like the rocket test is on a timer or
Yeah.
so you can if you get a drop
Mhm.
after like a minute and a half, I think, or it might be longer. If
It's
you just get a
yeah.
drop, it will automatically activate it.
Mhm.
So that's
That rocket test step
Yeah.
is literally the dumbest thing, dude.
It's the hardest thing for the speedrun if you get it right, because it's either the wall run shot, you have to wait for two cycles of anti-grav to wall run
well,
the
you just
thing, which spawns the death
when
machine in, which does the trick. Or you have to
yeah
teleport
I
twice,
just
supposedly, is the
turn
trick.
on I turn on 3 of them, and then
Yeah.
when the person's doing it, then they activate the last one and then do it right away.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
that's how I do it as
it's
well.
been
That's how I
because
do
I
it
was
too.
doing 2-player speed runs with my friend the other day, and I think we're gonna be doing them more. But basically, like, as soon as the bow was like about to be finished from filling the dragons, I go down to the rocket test and then come back, and then by the time I get the fire bow thing and go down, and all I have to do is get a drop and it activates immediately.
So, question for the firebow: do you shoot it from spawn, or you go down to rocket?
Uh, what do you mean, like the
The
circles?
sun, yeah, like the sun, or like the to start the firebow before you shoot the circles. You can shoot
Oh,
the sun from
I go
spawn.
down to the
You go to
rocket.
rocket. Okay.
I know you can, but it's very hard to hit it perfectly every time. But
So
I
I'm
can get
trying
all
to,
3
yeah.
circles in one launch.
I've
Yeah, I've
just
seen you do
figured
that
that.
before. I didn't even realize you could do that.
I
To be
just
honest.
mastered that strat, and I'm trying to figure out now if is it more time consuming to do spawn or go to the rocket and shoot the sun thing, the sunstone, whatever you want to call it.
It's like I've done it once and it was like lucky after like practicing. So it's hard.
Yeah.
Oh.
I still don't remember the exact spot, and if you mess up,
Oh,
like
it fails if you mess
then you
up.
have to
It's
wait
so bad.
again. So.
Mhm.
The firebow sucks, man.
I practiced it for 4 hours straight, and I was able to replicate it
Well,
5 times in a row
I needed
at
to
one
get good
point.
at the firebow because I helped so many people beat the Easter egg when it came out.
Oh no.
No one wanted to do any other ones, so I was all
Yeah,
stuck
yeah,
in
Yeah.
honestly.
fire.
It was
I
literally the
just got
one
good at
skilled
that.
person to do fire, and the rest was like, oh, have
I like the
fun.
effect and stuff, but it's probably the worst bow, if we're being honest, and it is
Yeah.
by far the hardest to build.
Mhm.
It is infinite damage, but it's not the most effective killing method.
It
I
can
find.
kill the panzers fast.
Mhm.
Yeah, it can do that. Yeah.
It's definitely good against panzers, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not the best one.
No, not
Yeah.
this. And for
It's like
how
I'd
hard it
rather
is to
just run a
do,
different
I
one.
feel like something else should have been made, or should have had more damage to it.
Like when you have a KRM, like bows are not really your
They're
your
like
main
obsolete against panzers.
answers. Yeah. When you have like KRM, Haymaker, stuff like that to just melt panzers in like seconds. Like
Mhm.
Firebow, I hate building it. Literally, I'll probably never build it again.
Oh, for like speed runs, I mean, every map has some like cool trick or whatever. But like they're like, I mean, Greg, you what was it? It was like how many a month ago, 2 months ago? You post didn't you post like a speed run like tricks that like some of the cool ones.
Yeah, and they weren't even that good. People got mad at me because they were like easy ones.
Yeah, but like the fire zombie, the napalm zombie on Shang that you turned and he runs instead of walks. I was like, oh, I'm like, dude,
Wait,
that makes that step so much nicer.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like, 'cause
can you
that is
can
such a
turn the
pain.
napalm zombie.
Yeah, I'm like that speeds up that because having to like escort him is just annoying.
I knew you
You
could
should
turn
have,
him. I never knew that helps. Wow.
yeah, because if you train a zombie in the power room, he just sprints right past all the valves.
Holy. Yeah.
And then on Revelations you can get all the bones except the like spawn room one and origins from Knocked.
Wait. Really? I never
Yeah,
knew that. Wow.
yeah, I remember watching that and I was like, oh
That's another
wow.
crazy one.
I was like, that's
Wow.
insane.
Like I know you could upgrade the apothecary server in spawn.
Yeah, and it was just like I watched it. I was like, dude, it just you got to think like there's people who like nonstop will like try to do things like that. Like I wonder if I can do this for all from one room. Like if I want like, because I mean they're just floating rocks. I'm like you got to be able to see them from some angle, like just the slightest bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did some testing on Mob of the Dead, and if you down yourself like right away, when you get to the bridge, or not when you get to the bridge, when you're about to ride the plane, and you like hold square as you down, you can go in afterlife on the plane and then get revived on the roof, but it doesn't count for the Easter egg. If that would have counted, it would have been an insane
Yeah, that'd be
skip.
game breaking almost.
Yeah, you could pretty much instantly go there.
Yeah, you could go and then just get revived immediately back, but the parts don't respawn unless you go on the electric chair.
Dang.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been. That's huge then. If that would have worked. Yeah.
I know another one was on Ancient Evil, the acid trap or the venom trap, and they all the guys shoot themselves with the scepters. So when you take damage and recover from health, the acid trap or whatever you want to call it like hurts them, and then they all shoot each other with scepters, so it revives them.
Yeah.
And so they basically just go from common to epics like in seconds. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I was like, that is just because that getting that challenge sucks. That is a brutal challenge to get.
And there's so many different challenges too. Like you can get an easy one, or you can get one that's gonna make your life terrible. Like it's just pure luck.
Yeah. Nothing worse than just getting a challenge that makes you want to claw your eyes out.
Take damage and recover health is so annoying. I hate doing that one.
The lockdown on the bridge sucks too, because it's such a small location. If you're not set up properly, it's just tough.
I did that once, just training around one zombie, and I still nearly died doing it. Like it's such a tiny space,
Yeah.
even to just hold down, it's painful.
Nothing better than getting special weapon kills. Like with one of them, you just have a train, you just wipe them all out, and then one of them drops to full power, and you're just like, oh yeah, like it's just like that feels good. Cause that one, if you kill like that one gets you from common to epic very fast.
Yeah.
Special weapon kills, those equipment kills.
Yeah,
That
those
was
two are probably the best too.
Those are so nice. Nothing, dude, but I remember playing a game with my buddies we were just doing the Easter eggs for fun, and we were only getting hold position and kill zombies in this location. It was like I think it was like round like 18, 19 when we finally got the flame to light up. Because we struggled to get epics. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah,
Like
those
this
are
is
the
so
worst.
Speedrunning, you have to restart so much.
yeah. I know a smart guy and I think it was MC Zombie Slayer. Oh, like for days and days just reset because of one wrong challenge. I'm like, the RNG just required for the begin just to even start the Easter egg. Like I can't imagine.
Yeah, you need good ones for that for
Yeah.
sure.
Now, we complain about the crawler spawning. I'm like, dude, they can't even start the Easter egg yet. That's when they're resetting. I can't imagine that's got to be brutal doing those. Because yeah, I mean now RNG like. Because you can work with it on like alpha, like it's like it's not the worst if it spawns a little away, but like on
Moon,
like
for
other maps
example.
it's instant reset.
For Moon Revelations, it's just awful trying to get set up for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it's awful to getting set up, but that's like the whole Easter egg, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, getting set up is the Easter egg for
Yeah.
Zetsubo pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Same
just
with like
pick up
Origins is what I love about it.
I mean, Infinite Warfare. I like, but basically everyone knew the Easter egg, and it's just the on Spaceland. It's the 3 lockdowns with the stereo,
Yeah.
and then like that's
Mhm.
it. And
Yep.
I was like, oh, like you do this tiny, tiny little Easter egg to fight probably the hardest boss
Spots.
I've ever fought. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I honestly believe that the color step in Spaceland is my least favorite Easter egg step of all time.
Yeah.
What?
I just hate it so much.
With the little like speakers.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
understand the trick for it now. How you place down the yellow, then blue, then green, then red. You always place them in that order. So I have a specific way that I place them, but still the fact that just you fail it and it spawns a brute and then it doesn't wait for you to kill the brute before it starts it again. So if you mess up once and you can't get your act together, you're done. It's over.
Yeah.
The brutes aren't that bad. I figured out the brutes aren't as bad as I thought.
No, they're
they
not.
would be.
They're not that bad. It's just when you're dealing with the infinite zombie spawns during that step. I can't. I beat the boss fight the first time when I actually got to the boss fight in solo, but the color step killed me every time. I always died on the color step.
Well, me and my buddy learned is that that color step is time based. So like, if you mess up,
Yeah.
you can squeeze in a second or third try.
Oh really?
Yeah, because that's huge. Because we messed up, and I was like, "Go right now! Like, let's go!" Like, it messed up, and you have to wait for all the colors to go away. So once it all goes away, it's very like if you mess up once, you have a very short amount of time. You gotta like perfect run it, like red, green, yellow, blue, like that fast. Like you gotta go quick.
Yeah.
And with 4 people, that's super easy. But like if you're doing with like 1 or 2 people, that's a lot harder.
No, yeah. If you mess up on solo, just deal with the brute. Move on. Like, there's almost no way you're gonna hit them all again if you
Mhm.
mess it up.
Especially with the zombies in front of you.
Shaolin though is a really good Easter egg. That one, like, just all around that Easter egg is so good. I really enjoy that. The boss fight is mechanically just outstanding.
I like the word step. It's a good one.
Well,
We had to
I gotta
stumble.
get going, guys. But
Alright.
Oh yeah.
it was
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, dude.
Thank
I
you
appreciate
so
Thank
much.
you so much for coming out here.
It
Yeah, no
means
problem.
a lot.
Means a
Taking time
lot.
out of your day.
And congrats on the $6,000 fundraised for.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Big props
yeah,
for that,
that's
dude.
huge. That's huge.
Like that's really cool that you got to host that and be able to be like kind of like the guy in like not like like you're like kind of like the guy in charge, like hosting everyone, showing everyone. Like that feels really cool. You're like a game show host.
it was fun.
Well, thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
thank you so
Means
much.
a lot. Taking time out of your day.
You guys like
Much.
post that on YouTube somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you can like tweet it at me or something, I can
Yeah.
like retweet it or tweet it out.
Thank
Yeah,
you
for
so
sure, I
much.
can do that.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Though.
Thank
That was
you so
awesome.
much.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, no problem. I'll
Thank
catch
you.
you guys later.
Alright.
Have a good day, Greg.
Have a
Yeah.
great rest of your day.
Yeah.
Alright guys, well I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of ZBN.